Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Story of Sam back today, and I'm making my best build at each position in NBA 2K21. It's going to be sort of like a top 5 best builds video, but including one build at each position. If you are brand new here, hit that subscribe button down below. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and of course, drop a like on the video. It helps out a ton, and click the bell. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so the first build obviously is going to be a point guard right here. I'm going to go through these builds a little bit faster than I would on a normal video, just because we have 5 builds to get through, and I don't want the video to be too long. Okay, so for the first build, you're going to want to pick the playmaking and sharpshooting pie chart, which is right here. Orange and green pie chart right here. Now for the physical profile, you definitely want to pick the speed 1, 87 speed and 86 acceleration right here, the best one. And now for setting our potentials, we're going to want to max mid-range, max three-pointer, max free throw, max post fade. But now we're going to go down on the post fade until we still have 25 shooting. So our post fade should be a 78. Max pass accuracy, max ball handle, max post moves, drop the post moves a tiny bit so we still have 24 playmaking, so our post move should be a 62, max perimeter defense, max lateral quickness, max steal, max defensive rebound, then go down one stat on the defensive rebound, so our defensive rebound is a 64, and lastly, finishing. Personally, I like to go with driving dunk max, driving layup at a 70, and then put the rest of the attributes on close shot, so the close shot is a 66, driving layup a 70, and driving dunk a 64. Of course, guys, the body shape does not matter. Compact sounds fine. For the height, I like to go with 6'2", just because our speed gets a lot better. 89 speed, 87 excel, and an extra stat to ball handling. 6'2", in my opinion, is the best way to go. Weight, of course, minimize the weight. We are a guard build. And for the wingspan, of course, we are a sharpshooting and playmaking guard. I think minimizing the wingspan is the best way to go here. And then takeover, we have shot creating, spot up shooter, and playmaker. I think definitely that spot up shooter or sharpshooting takeover is the best option for this build. Boom, right there, we have made the playmaking shot creator build. The play shot is definitely, in my opinion, on the best point guard build in NBA 2K21. This is the build I'm going to be using for the point guard position in this video. Let's move on to the next build. Okay guys, so for this next build, the build is actually going to be at a point guard position. Even though I said like one build for each position, the build is better at point guard. It gets better badges, it gets better stats. You can make it a shooting guard if you want, but I'm just going to tell you right now, the point guard gets better stats, and I'll be showing off the point guard in the video. Okay, so for the second build, the pie chart you want to pick is going to be the majority finishing and secondary shooting right here. Mostly finishing, secondary shooting, blue and green pie chart right here. And next, for the physical profile, of course, we are a guard build. You want to pick the top one with the most speed and excel right there. And now for setting our potential, this is one of the best offensive guard builds. I did a video on this build a couple weeks ago. Definitely one of the best guard builds in the game, one of the best offensive builds, as I said. You want to max out your close shot, max driving layup, max driving dunk, max out post hook, and then go up on the standing dunk until you can get 25 finishing, which is going to be right here at a 52 standing dunk. Shooting, max out mid-range, max three-pointer, max free throw, max post fade, and leave all those stats just like that. Playmaking, max pass accuracy, max ball handle, max post moves. We're going to drop the post moves a little bit, so we still have our 16 playmaking. So our post move should be a 53 rating. And then lastly for the defense, max out lateral quickness and put the rest of the stats on perimeter defense right there. Obviously guys, this build is a defensive liability, but I think the offense makes up for it. Definitely 25 finishing badges, 21 shooting, and 16 playmaking. So I definitely think it is worth it to only have one defensive badge. Of course guys, body shape doesn't matter. Compact is fine for all guard builds. Height, I'm going to go with 6'5" actually, just because we have more finishing in this build and height affects finishing a good amount. Of course, plus 18 standing dunk. We can still speed boost on this build off rip. We're 6'5", we're tall, we still have decent speed. Overall, I just think 6'5" is the best height for the build. For the weight, I'm going to go with minimum weight to get the speed back that we just lost for making our height 6'5". And now for the wingspan, I'm going to leave it in the middle for this build. And now for the takeover, slasher, shot creator, spot up shooter, and playmaker, I'm going to go with slashing takeover right here for this build. And as you can see, we have made the mid-range slasher build. This serves as the second build of this video. I made it as a point guard build for the tutorial, but of course it serves as the shooting guard, like 2-guard type of build, since it is 6'5", and definitely a good spot for a shooting guard build. Okay guys, the next build is going to be a small forward position. Let's get right into it. Our last couple builds have been lacking in defense. This build though is going to be a very, very good defender. We're going to pick the sharpshooting and defending dual pie chart right here, half and half. Half red, half green right here. And now for the physical profile, we are a defender. You want to be as fast as you possibly can. Definitely, I would say the top physical profile is your best bet for almost all builds in basically almost every scenario. And now for the potentials, what you want to do is you want to max out your mid-range shot, 3-point shot, free throw, and post fade. And now you literally want to max out every single defensive stat as well. Max it all out. You're going to be a very, very good defensive build. We're going to get 21 defensive badges. And now with our 107 attribute upgrades remaining, you're going to put that on close shot, driving layup, and driving dunk, and then put the last couple on standing dunk right there, and we get 4 finishing badges, making our badge spread 4 finishing, 19 shooting, 1 playmaking, and 21 defensive / rebounding. Of course, guys, this build is a very, very good like spot up shooter build, spot up for the threes, spot up in pro-am, stuff like that. And now for the body shape, I'm going to keep it at compact again. I don't really care about the body shape. And now for the height, I'm actually going to drop it down to 6'6" just because we get more shooting attributes, we get more speed, we get more perimeter defense, we get more lateral quickness, all stuff like that. I think 6'6" is the best height for like spot up lockdown builds in this game. And now for the weight, I'm actually going to go with minimum weight to get tons of speed back. We do lose a little bit of interior defense, but I think it is okay. 87 speed and 85 acceleration is going to be very, very good on defense, and I definitely think it is worth it to minimize the weight. Wingspan, I think I'm going to max the wingspan just because even though we do lose shooting stats, finishing a defense go through the roof, and of course just maxing the wingspan on lockdown builds is almost always the best way to go. And now for the takeovers, we have lockdown and slasher. Of course, I'm going to pick lockdown defender takeover right there. You may have made the perimeter lockdown build for our small forward position. Again, this build serves as a great spot up shooter build, a great lockdown build, all stuff like that. Definitely one of the best spot up builds in the game, and it comes in at the best small forward build, capping off our 3rd build out of 5. Moving on to the next build is going to be a power forward right here. Let's get straight into it. Now for this power forward build, I'm going to pick the pure defensive pie chart. I'm sure you guys already know where we're going with this. Of course, we're going to pick the top physical profile, get the most speed out of the build. This build's been one of the most popular power forward builds since the beginning of the year. Of course, max all of our defensive stats. It is going to be the iconic build. You guys know it. One of the best builds in the game. Max all of our defense. Max every single finishing stat as well. Max all of it right here. Our badge count's going to be insane for finishing and defense. 18 finishing, 30 defense. I'm also going to max out my free throw just in case you guys like to play rec center or pro-am. This build can definitely shoot free throws if you upgrade it just like this. And for the remaining attributes, I'm going to put it on ball handling right there. And for this body shape, I'm actually going to go with Burly just because we were going to be like a big man build. I think Burly is the best way to go. Of course, guys, this doesn't actually affect the gameplay. I'm just saying that because I think it like looks the best, more intimidating on the court. For the height, I'm going to go with 6'8" on this build. I think the 6'8" pure defensive pie chart is one of the best builds in the game. We can guard every single position. We have 82 speed, 79 excel, all stuff like that. We get a lot more perimeter defense, and all that interior defense, rebounding and stuff is going to go up once we max out our wingspan in a second. And now for the weight, we are going to max out our weight and get all that interior defense back. And now for the wingspan, you're going to max it out and we get all that rebounding back and tons of finishing stats right there as well. Of course, max wingspan 100% on this build, no brainer. And now for the takeovers, we have rim protecting takeover and glass cleaning takeover. I think glass cleaning takeover is a little bit better than rim take just because you can use it on offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds, and rim take only works on defense. So I'm going to pick glass cleaning takeover right here. And of course, we have made the paint beast build for the power forward. I'm sure you guys saw this one coming. The paint beast build, the 6'8" paint piece has been one of the best builds since the prelude, since launch. Everyone knew this build was going to be absolutely insane, and it comes in at our best power forward build and the 4th out of the 5th build on the list. Moving on to the last position, we have the center build. This is going to cap off the video on the last build. Of course, guys, it's going to be the 5th one, and it's going to be a center build. For the pie chart, I'm going to pick the pure finishing. I think this is one of the best pie charts in the game for a center. Definitely one of the better ones you can choose. Definitely, I'm going to pick the pure blue right here. And now for the physical profile, of course, I'm going to pick the most speed, my favorite physical profile in the game. I pick it for almost every single build. Now for the potentials, I'm going to max out close shot, max out every single stat in finishing right here. Max out standing dunk, max out post hook. And now I'm going to go to my playmaking, max out post moves, max out pass accuracy, and then max out ball handling right there. But I'm actually going to drop my ball handling a little bit, so we still have 20 playmaking. So our ball handling should be at a 36 with still 20 playmaking badges. And now for the defense, max interior, max block, max offensive rebound, and then max defensive rebound right there for our 11 defensive / rebounding badges. Now for the body shape, I'm going to pick Burly once again. Same thing for the power forward build for the same reasons. I'm going to pick Burly. And now for the height, personally, I'm going to go with 6'10". I think that is the better option. But if you want to be like a post scorer, like cheesy post hook build, go like 7'3" probably, or like 7'2", somewhere up there, but I don't really like playing like that. I don't really think that's like a good way to play. But if you want to make like a post scorer, this build does work as a post scorer. Just make it like 7'3", but personally, I'm gonna go with 6'10" right here, or much faster. 65 acceleration, 69 speed. We are a lot more versatile player, and we can defend a lot better than the 7'3" post scorer build, and it's definitely way more athletic when it comes to like driving dunks and stuff like that. Moving on to the weight, I'm actually going to keep the weight the same. I don't want to go too heavy because I still want to have a decent speed rating to play defense. And now for the wingspan, I'm going to max out the wingspan. Of course, we can't shoot the ball, we can't dribble the ball, so of course, max out the wingspan, we get a bunch of defensive rebounding and block stats, and a little bit of driving dunk right there. And now for the takeovers, we have post scoring and slashing. Of course, if you guys did decide to make the 7'3" or like 7'2" post scorer build, pick post scoring takeover, but I didn't. I decided to make the 6'10" like athletic slashing build, so I'm gonna pick slashing takeover right here. And of course, we have made the interior finisher build. And that is the 5th and final build. I think that is one of the best center builds in the game. We went over the best point guard build, another great point guard build that acted as our shooting guard build, a great small forward build, another amazing power forward build, and capped it off with this interior finisher at our center position for all 5 builds in NBA 2K21. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate all the support on the channel. And of course, make sure to drop a like. Likes help a ton when YouTube decides to recommend my video to more people. And of course, hit the bell so you never miss an upload. If you guys want to watch more of my 2K videos, I'm going to leave an end screen when this video is done to 2 of my previous 2K21 uploads that I think you guys would really enjoy. So have a great rest of your day, guys. It's been Story of Sam, and I'm out. Peace.